Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Two large healthcare providers in Southeast Michigan are partnering. Henry Ford Health and Ascension, Michigan are joining forces. Thanks for being here with us. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. A huge move that is going to shake up the healthcare field in Southeast Michigan, that's for sure. Jacqueline Francis starts us off here at 5 with what exactly this joint venture is going to look like. Jacqueline.
Devin, this partnership will operate under the Henry Ford Health brand. Leadership from both healthcare systems say this will be a win-win for patients and employees alike. It's a healthcare partnership that looks to shake up patient care in Southeast Michigan. Ascension, Michigan and Henry Ford Health agreeing to a joint venture that would place Ascension's Southeast Michigan hospitals under Henry Ford's brand and leadership. The following facilities are to be included in the partnership. The combined organization would employ about 50,000 people at more than 550 locations. Operating under the Henry Ford brand, the organization will remain headquartered in Detroit.
I think the community should know that we are designing a system that will be there for them. We want to make sure that we're meeting their unique needs and providing the best value that we can.
Highlighting their shared values, leaders say both organizations are committed to working to maintain the Catholic identity of the Ascension, Michigan facilities included in the partnership, conversations regarding the details of which are still ongoing.
There's so many synergies. The cultures are so similar. The charisms very similar. And there's always opportunity in healthcare for the next new and exciting thing. And I think if we have the opportunity to bring physicians, nurses, clinicians together, work through best practices, and then spread across even a broader organization, I think it's just going to be something so special for the community.
The big announcement was made just today. Officials say they're in the process of submitting the agreement to state and federal regulatory agencies for review. Reporting live in Detroit, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
Big move. All right, Jacqueline.
This is Tim Pamplin on Detroit's west side, Pearson Street, Evergreen and Chicago area. Awful story to report here. A young child playing in his backyard over there when an animal, a dog, comes running up, attacks that young boy, mauls him. He's been pronounced dead here, again, on Pearson Street, Evergreen and Chicago area. We're being told by police that it was not a family dog. This was a loose dog, a neighborhood dog that went up into the yard over there, attacked this young boy. Police are going to come over in a moment, update us. We're going to stay on the scene here, bringing updates throughout the evening. That is the scene right now on the west side. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
Just awful. Okay, Tim. Well, someone tried to breach Governor Gretchen Whitmer's summer home, and the specifics about what really happened are finally coming out. Late this afternoon, Whitmer's office confirmed this happened back in August. She credits her security detail for handling the situation. It's unclear if the governor or anyone was at the residence when a man got onto the property. We know he was detained but not arrested. No other details are available at this time. A massive fire engulfed a home in Oak Park last night, sending a family scrambling to escape.
This happened on Sloman Street between Jerome and Saratoga near West 9 Mile. Victor Williams live with us. And Victor, neighbors were the ones who first noticed something was wrong here.
Yeah, that's right, Devin and Kimberly. Talk about being in the right place at the right time. As a result, everyone was able to make it out of the home, but investigators are trying to figure out what caused that fire to begin with.
I'm real hurt because I feel like they my family. They losing everything and they don't bother nobody.
Albert and Leslie Wilson are heartbroken tonight, knowing their neighbors across Sloman Avenue have nothing left but the clothes on their backs following a house fire.
To see this like this, it's going to be a different scenery for me.
The fire broke out around 1 a.m. Wednesday morning. It was Leslie and Al's son who decided to run across the street in hopes of getting everyone out of the burning home.
My son's over there beating out the windows, and one beating out the window on this side, and he said he could see the old man in there.
Once the fire department arrives, everyone's able to make it out safe and sound.
My son wound up cutting his hand trying to grab at him once he had broke the window. All three of them came out, so now we get them over here across the street and sit them down, get them blankets, water, all that kind of stuff.
Leslie's just proud of her boys who knew what to do and when to do it.
If it wasn't for them being woke and us waking up, we'll be telling a different story right now.
We was going up in there if it was somebody else up in there, for sure.
So remarkable, and we know that one of those young men was trying to get into that window so hard that he ended up cutting himself pretty badly. We are told that he is expected to be okay, but they are working once again to get to the bottom of what caused this fire. Victor Williams, Global 4.
Okay, Victor, thank you. Devin.
President Biden is in Israel in a sign of solidarity, meeting with families whose loved ones have been kidnapped. But meanwhile, anger grows in the Middle East after that horrific explosion at a hospital in Gaza. Amid seething tensions in the Middle East, President Biden making a brief but politically potent visit to Israel.
You are not alone.
Reaffirming U.S. support for Israel's fight after the brutal Hamas terror attack and seeking to contain the bloody conflict following a devastating blast at a hospital in Gaza that killed hundreds of civilians and roiled anger and agony in the surrounding countries where protests erupted. While Israel and Hamas trade blame for the hospital explosion, President Biden pointing to U.S. intelligence that Israel was not responsible.
I was outraged and saddened by the enormous loss of life yesterday in the hospital in Gaza. Based on the information we've seen to date, it appears the result of an errant rocket fired by a terrorist group in Gaza.
The president's planned summit with the leaders of the Palestinian Authority, Egypt, and Jordan canceled in the wake of that blast. While President Biden announced $100 million in new U.S. humanitarian aid for Gaza and the West Bank, along with an agreement that Israel would allow food, water, and medicine from Egypt into Gaza as civilians flee Israeli airstrikes.
The suffering is increasing every day. We see streams of people walking south, and then the question is, where do they go?
President Biden comforting survivors and families of the victims killed in Israel, sharing emotional stories of loss and hope as the U.S. vows support to bring home hostages held in Gaza and ease the raw suffering in a region on a knife's edge. Coming up here at 5:30, more on the war. Christy McDonald is going to show us the way that social media is affecting the way that people around the world perceive what is happening in Israel.
It is day 34 of the UAW strike against the domestic three automakers, and the ripple effects keep coming. Not in layoffs this time, but in terms of future planning. And it's all because of what General Motors isn't going to do. Business editor Rod Maloney is live in the newsroom. Rod, this has a lot to do with Wall Street.
Indeed it does, because all of the domestic three automakers spend time at least once a year with Wall Street analysts to let them in on what they're planning for future product, how they see their business going forward. And GM planned to do this November 16th this year. Now it won't.
Annually, automakers bring Wall Street analysts to their headquarters, sometimes New York. This year, GM intended to show them its new technology in warm weather Charlotte. But last week, GM sent analysts an email telling them that it's not going to happen now because of the strike. The company today saying it made this decision so management could concentrate on the strike. Many in Wall Street weren't surprised and now are believing that the strike is very far from settlement. Auto Forecast Solutions Vice President Sam Fiorani tells Local 4 it certainly makes sense.
Coming up with an announcement during the middle of the union's negotiations is problematic because everything's insecure. We don't know what's going on, and until you know what's behind you, you can't talk about what's ahead.
The company now expects to hold its Investors Day next March. Stellantis yesterday announced it's not going to the Consumer Electronics Show for much the same reason GM canceled the Investor Day. Fiorani says Detroit's auto companies are cutting really the low-hanging fruit first.
Everybody has been cutting back their marketing departments for years on car shows, on events like CES, with concept vehicles. It's a sad state of the market where we don't get to see the flashy new things that they're working on behind the scenes. So cutting back at CES is just seemingly part of that package.
Now, General Motors is still planning on holding its third quarter earnings call next week. Company's already said it's lost $200 million in the first 2 weeks of the strike. Those losses are going to be much higher. Back to you.
Okay, Rod, thank you.